Our time in San Miguel has come to an end. It's now that point where we reflect on how much it cost us to have this amazing adventure. Hi everybody. We've come to the end of our stay in San Miguel, which means it's time to go back and look at the numbers and see how much this all cost us. So we have a spreadsheet here which breaks everything down, and we're going to talk about what our key takeaways from this experience was financial-wise. And hopefully this will be helpful for you in planning your next stay in San Miguel and figuring out how much it might cost you. So the number of days that we spent in San Miguel on this trip was 44. We had extended our stay, so it's a pretty long stay for us. And the total cost, everything together, excluding airfare, was $6,802. So that means the average cost per day was $155. Now, if you look back on our previous cost video that we did for Querétaro, we said that our goal for travel was to be around $150 per day into retirement. So I think we did pretty good.
Pretty well.
Yeah, that's very close to target. So I think we're happy with that. But let's look at what areas we could have made some improvements on. Okay, as we said, the airfare was not included here because that included some other trips that we took. But the stay, and we stayed at an Airbnb, was a total of $4,384. Don't you think that's pretty pricey for us?
It was a really nice Airbnb, and we really enjoyed it. But we spent probably a little more than we had to. We wound up with a little more space than we needed. A great kitchen that we really didn't use. So that was a splurge, and I think something that we can maybe modify a little bit in the future.
It had a great rooftop deck that we splurged for and really loved, but we didn't end up being out there as often as we thought we would. I think that's because it didn't really have covering.
Yeah, it had an umbrella and it was a little warm, but then we were out a lot, and so when we got home, we had been out all day, and it just wasn't something that we spent a lot of time on.
Speaking of being out, we put in some extra money for some experiences. We took a couple of excursions, and the total for that was about $300, $295 to be exact. When it comes to eating out, the dining was $1,583 total, and we did some groceries. We ate in on a few occasions, and that turned out to be $265. So how do you think we did food-wise?
I think we did really well food-wise for that number of days. We ate out quite a bit and really enjoyed a lot of relatively inexpensive meals. We had a few where we splurged, and I think overall it was a really nice blend. I was always enjoying the food, and it seems like it was pretty much within our budget.
Yeah, there were a couple of times when we splurged, like at Kinsey. Kinsey, if you go back to that video, our restaurant video, that was so nice, but it was a little pricey. But most of the time we ended up at some very reasonable places, and we got in some decent costs for that.
Absolutely.
The last couple of categories are transportation and personal. Transportation was a little bit more for us because we had to pay for some private chauffeurs to get from one place to another on a couple of occasions. But usually we don't spend too much on transportation.
Not a lot. Usually back and forth to the airport. We walk a lot. But we went, 50, 60 miles. And so for what we did, even though it was over budget a little bit, it was a pretty good deal.
Yeah, couldn't imagine how much that would have cost in the US.
Yeah.
And then the last one was personal. We really didn't spend much. Usually our personal categories when we splurge for some art or something special for us, and we really didn't pay for it.
We didn't. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so all in all, I think we did incredibly well. We hit our target. So I think we're happy.
We're very happy. I think we did a great job, and we had a really good time.
We did.
So we met our budget, and we did everything we wanted to do, and we thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay. I hope this was useful for everyone. Please like and subscribe. Thanks.
Thank you so much for watching our video, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, check out our interactive Google map that tracks the locations where all of our videos take place. Finally, check out our merchandise store where you can create fully personalized t-shirts, greeting cards, mugs, and more, all of which help support the growth of our channel. See you next time.